Ding, what's going on? We are back once again. Smack Talk taking place. We are back now, I believe, for the 63rd week in a row. Incredibly excited to have this episode brought to you by Head Rush. We appreciate the guys at Head Rush bringing us very cool striker t-shirts, event t-shirts, and more exciting things to come with every single event that pops by. We're 1 week closer now to Power Slap number 13. I believe it's coming up really quickly. The anticipation is starting to build, and we're going to have those 4 title matches. As we talked about, the news never stops. I know you're working incredibly hard on the social ding. Let's do a recap of the week that was, of some of the major news stories that we broke on our page.
Yeah, obviously, we talked about the crazy Hawaiian and Cena incurring those pretty severe injuries on both ends. We kind of recapped that last week, but this week, obviously, we had the privilege. A few athletes kind of gave us the information that they were signed to the promotion and that they would be complete at Power Slap 13. Some of the, namely, some of them are part of those training camps that we saw happen. If I'm not mistaken, mid-April, early May. So really excited to be able to break that news. Actually, funny enough, we'll actually have 2 of them joining us. So the 2 that we announced so far, Destiny and Mccubbin, will be here in just a few minutes. And then later on in the show, we'll have Mirza Berhamovic coming from Bosnia. He's going to join us, talk a little bit about what it was like getting that call. Thank you guys all for joining. I see you guys all in the chat. Lakuka, Aaron Turner, Cole Smith, Damien DeBell, Brandon Bordeaux, Fablich, as always, our week-by-week guy. Babyface Power Star, Carolyn. Welcome in, guys. Thank you so much for always joining us. And, hopefully we'll get to know a little bit about Destiny, a little bit about Mirza. And then we'll have another guy who we haven't seen in a while, William Shockey, joining the program here in the middle. We just did a fun little poll. Who's going to be the first Canadian champion of Power Slap? Everybody seems to have their thoughts about that. The chief says it ain't going to be Eddie Spaghetti as long as he's got something to say.
Oh, you still there, Ding? I feel like I lost you. Is it me or is it everybody else that we've lost? What's going on, guys? Can you still hear me? Seem to be having some technical difficulties here today. Looks like we just lost Ding. Sorry about that. It's never an easy day when things happen. All kinds of technical issues have been going on, but of course we keep on moving along. And as Ding said, there's a lot happening. Destiny Mccubbin, we broke on our channel, signed to Power Slap's going to be joining us here today, as well as Mirza is also going to be joining us as a guest on the show. We have some really cool features set up that we're planning for you guys here today as well. We're going to do some fantasy matchmaking. Power Slap 13, the undercard. There's still 4 fights that we don't know about up until this particular moment. And we're going to make sure that we kind of have a little fun with you guys, see what you guys think. The little fantasy matchmaking, I think, is going to add a little spice to it. And then we kind of teased it last week, and I'm sure you've seen in our stories, we are going to answer some of the fan questions that came in via the Instagram. So myself and Ding are going to get into it. There's a couple good ones. We had to censor some. I mean, we had some guys that were saying some pretty comical stuff in the background. But pretty excited to get to that, the fan questions. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, drop us a comment in the comments section below. If you're tuning in live right now, we'd love to answer those questions as part of it as well, as be as interactive as we possibly can. Ding, do we have you back?
Am I here?
You are. It's been one of those days, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, technical
it's raining
difficulties
over here. It's ugly out, so they're trying to keep us down, but they cannot do it.
Yeah,
I was saying, just we'll be dealing with a couple of the folks from the training camps. William Shockey will be joining us. I was talking about I don't know if you guys heard the who will be the first Canadian champion in Power Slap. There's at the moment 5. I can't tell you who the 6th person will be, but there is a 6th person that you guys will meet, quote unquote, learn about in the future here. People seem to have a lot to say about that. I mean, obviously, you guys know I'm number 1 fan of Canadian athletes here of the southern part of North America. But
looks like we lost Ding again.
Had something to say about it. I'll give credit. Not again.
Yeah, you're back.
You can't hear me? I feel fine on my side. Okay,
you're good.
Sorry about that. I was a little surprised by the amount of people that said something. So that'll be fun, man. Seeing who's going to get up there next, who's going to have their chance. some of those guys we've seen more or less. So it'll be interesting to see who gets even the next opportunity to be the first Canadian Power Slap champion.
Absolutely. The Canadians coming out in the woodworks. I got to ask you, Ding, right off the hop, can you even name 4 Canadian athletes outside of Power Slap athletes?
Oh, that's easy. Wayne Gretzky.
Okay, there's one.
Hey, Ray, relax, Ray. Put zip your pants up. Wayne Gretzky, Adam Copeland, aka Edge, Jinder Mahal, Christian. Who else?
Major sports. How about baseball? You're a big baseball fan. Come on, you must know Canadian baseball.
I mean, I'm assuming there's a lot of people, repping the Blue Jays, but the Blue Jays suck. So who knows anybody on their teams? George St. Pierre. There you go. Look at that.
Hey, there we go. Look at you coming out now.
Dude, if my list doesn't have Wayne Gretzky and George St. Pierre in it, then what are we even doing?
Yeah. Basketball.
Trudeau's another one.
There was one basketball star.
Who?
Steve Nash.
Oh, he's Canadian? That sucks.
Yeah, absolutely he is. Dude.
I actually like Steve Nash. He was in Phoenix. He was a savage, man.
You did before I told you he was Canadian, didn't you?
Yeah.
Too funny, man. Too funny. But absolutely, man. Interesting to see, like I said, technologies hasn't been on our friend here today, but we seem to have a lot exciting news kind of brewing. When you feel like it's one of those things where we're seeing a lot of athletes kind of come out of the woodworks right now. A lot of people are reaching out to us, a lot of new signings. Some people are taking to social as well and letting the world be known that they'll be at Power Slap 13. They have a match. They haven't announced that their matches are taking place, but lots happening, and I think it's a really good time to build that excitement even more as we go along here, Ding.
There's no way that I'm sorry, I'm getting off subject. Kara's got me messed up. She's saying Freddie Freeman is Canadian. There's no chance that that's true.
It could be. I mean, Russell Martin's
He
Canadian.
is. That's fucking disgusting. I'm very, very sad. That's disgusting. Freddie Freeman is too good to be Canadian. Shit.
Really? Okay.
That's rough, man. I mean, he's only one of the home run leaders. Incredible first baseman. I don't know about that. I'm a little. I mean, it says Canadian American, so the better half is part of it somewhere, but I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that.
Ding. I tell you, man, you better get used to it, buddy. World takeover's coming.
Yeah, I think they've said that before, and I don't think it's ever happened.
Yeah, well, apparently it's going to cost us $51 billion to be part of your golden shield that you guys are building out, or we can join.
The 51st state would be better.
Yeah, it comes for free if it happens. But sign me up for that, my man.
Yeah,
but let's get into
killing you on those flights.
Absolutely, yeah. That would actually be a benefit, having domestic flights to the U.S. instead of international.
Yeah.
No security checkpoints.
I would support it just for Slap News selfishness. That's it.
Awesome, man.
As long as you show them you're on Slap News business, you can get the domestic rate.
Exactly. I agree. Let's get into it, dude. Let's get to the first fan question of the day. All right. Let's get into it. All right. 4 title fights is good in the moment, but does this mean less events this year, Ding?
I can't help but think it's probably not a good sign if you're looking for more frequency. I think when you have a grand total of what, seven titles with the introduction of flyweight, right? Super heavy, light, middle, welter, lightweight, and then you have flyweight. So 7 titles. You're getting 4 of them defended. That means there's only 3 more. That's a tough turnaround, man. I would say, safest bet, 4 title fights at the same time. Probably not the greatest sign if you're talking frequency of events. It is a great sign, though, on the flip side, if you're talking, the caliber of event or the strength of the card. I don't think anybody's going to complain too much about that. I know some people have some qualms about who's getting what shot, if they deserve it, etc. But I think from a strength of the talent being sort of, put to the forefront, I think that 4 title fights is probably a really good place to start, especially for a monumental fight week that is, a trademark now, International Fight Week. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously for the folks that are instant gratification people and want to see it now, you're getting it now. 4 title fights on that main card. I mean, we've seen athletes turn this around relatively quickly, and we've seen it go wrong for them, multitude of times. So maybe it could add actually some intrigue. We've seen like guys like Isaiah Quiones lose his belt on short turnaround, when he didn't have to come back and fight. So maybe we're going to start seeing some more movement. I mean, but we've had guys up there for a prolonged period of time, Damien DeBell, who hasn't fought in a moment now, that needs to get more active. So there's one guy that, we could see up there. Robert Trujillo, another guy that we'd love to get back up there. I don't think you need to run necessarily as many title fights back to back. And we've talked about it before, fight nights and other type of events that don't necessarily have the marquee name stacking the way that we do for International Fight Week. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think we can still have a plethora of cards. I think the roster is built out deep. I think there's enough personalities that don't have belts. And I think there's guys that can carry that can carry guys and girls, actually. Let me put it that way. Guys and girls that could carry cards, on their own in Las Vegas. And I think very well so that we can still have very entertaining fights and storylines to go about. So I know we're getting it, but I do still feel that the Brass of Power Slap is going to stick to what they say and what Dana's echoed this entire time of ramping up the number of events. And I know it's hard to believe it when we're coming off a layoff here of, over 3 months for International Fight Week, but I still believe that they're going to get this, on the right track, that they're going to, fulfill what they talked about, 8+ events this year and just increase that in the years to come. So all good stuff, Ding.
Yeah, I think that we all hope that that'll be the case.
I mean, I think it has to, dude. I mean, as the roster grows, you have to add more events. Like there's no other way around it. You can't just keep adding athletes to your roster and not offer them fights.
Right.
So,
completely.
They have these training camps. Obviously, we see athletes come in, typically the first time they come in tape fights, but we have to see more and more matches happen for this to really, move forward.
I agree with you, brother. Let's get into it, though. We got some cool cooking.
Let's go.
So I'll here because I think people enjoyed my fluffing session. So our first guest tonight, we teased it a little bit earlier. She is somebody that we announced is going to be, competing on Power Slap number 13. We don't know more details than that as far as position on the card or anything like that. But she's an amateur MMA veteran. She's got 10 amateur fights. A Las Vegas local who's very, very well connected within that combat sports community. She's actually transitioned over to some ring announcer for Tough Enough. She also does, she runs a show called In the Corner, and she does a lot of interview work for Millions. So our first guest for this evening is none other than Destiny Mccubbin. Destiny, can you hear us? I don't know if you can hear us. I don't think she can hear us, guys.
Is that a hand puppet? Okay. It's one of those days.
Can you hear us?
Oh shit!
Can you hear me? No, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can't hear you.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Hello.
Testing.
Of course, it would be this way today, Ding, wouldn't it?
I mean, it wouldn't be the show if it was this way. Here, let's try to troubleshoot.
Should I exit and re-enter?
Yes.
All right, Kara, don't forget to go hit that like button. I really appreciate that. You are absolutely right. I think you guys should go hit the like button, unless, of course, you are a hater, in which case there's no button for you to hit, but I appreciate you being here either way.
When did they take away the dislike button on YouTube?
So good. If they had a dislike button, we'd have a lot of them. Y'all may hold the record for the most interviews from people in the car. Cole, we appreciate you guys making it work. It's not our preference, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's try this again. Round 2. Ready? Fight.
Hello?
Any luck? There. No luck.
Now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We have luck. All right, we have luck. We can hear you.
sorry, I look a mess. I'm just got
No,
out of
please.
training.
The woman of the hour. We've been awaiting your arrival. There's quite a few people here who are waiting to hear from you. So I will start. You and I have never met. I feel like I know you though because I've seen a lot of your content. I've seen your interview you did with Corey after your training camp. So it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Michael. They call me Ding. So if you hear either or, that's who I am.
What was your name? I'm sorry, I cut out a
Michael.
little.
Michael.
Nice to meet you,
Yeah.
Michael.
You as well. So let's get right into it. I'll start. One of the questions I want to ask you is when I watched your interview with Corey, one of the things you talked about was after day one, obviously, we know now you're competing at Power Slap 13. After day one, you had said, I wasn't so sure that this was for me. I didn't know if this was something that I should be doing. And then you did the interview after day two. And so your mindset was like, day two just gave me a lot more confidence. As you fast forward from that period of time, which at this point was probably a little over a month ago to now, how has that confidence changed? How has sort of you fitting here or in this sport, how does that feel like it's changed for you?
Oh, it's changed so much. I've been taking it really serious. I train a lot. I practice my slap a lot, and my strength conditioning has been tailored to it ever since the camp. Just in case I got the call. But I feel like just my work ethic from being a competitor and fighting for as long as I have kind of has transitioned to this, and so I've just been putting in the work. I've been practicing, like I don't, like a lot. So I feel pretty good. Like I feel like anything can happen, and I know that, and so I'm doing everything I can to make sure that I come out with a win and I don't get knocked out, and hopefully I can get the knockout. But at the end of the day, like I'm not leaving any stone unturned or whatever the saying is. I couldn't remember it earlier, but you know what I mean. So that I know that like come slap week and competition time that I'm gonna feel very confident because, like I said, I'm not messing around at all when it comes to my training.
Yeah, I mean, perfect segue. You represent a really unique cadre of athletes in sort of the mixed martial arts, talent transitioning over to Power Slap. You obviously being very active in the mixed martial arts community within Las Vegas, of course, training at some of the gyms where I know Syndicate. What has that been like? What has the reception been like from your fellow athletes? Some of the, the regulars to the gym, people who are maybe in camp getting ready for a fight, whether it's amateur pro. What has that been like? Have they embraced it, or have people kind of like, oh, really, you're doing that? Like, what's that reception been?
It was of course people kind of hate on it at first, but they're not hating on me, they're just hating on power, just slap in general. But once they once it was like, oh, she's doing this, it was like all my entire team is like on board. Like we're very close here at Syndicate, we're a family, and no matter how silly it is to them, just because like they're supporting me and they're standing behind me, and they're coming and helping me train. I wouldn't say that means that they like slap necessarily, but they love me, and so doesn't matter what I'm doing, they're gonna have my back.
Absolutely, that support system is important, and I think, the more you see it, the more I think accepted it'll be, particularly from the MMA crowd.
I think them too, seeing how serious that I'm taking it, makes it easier for them to support it. They're like, okay, she's really doing this shit, so we gotta, like it's like when somebody says they're gonna do something but doesn't put in the work to do it, it's kind of hard to like support it. But I think that they're like, okay, she's really in here putting in the time and doing everything she can, setting up training, asking people to help, doing the conditioning for it. So yeah, I think that also helps them take me more seriously.
And then I want to put you in a weird position because you represent a very unique individual in that you also are an interviewer in a lot of cases. What's something that you would ask yourself as an interviewer as you embark on this new endeavor?
Maybe, gosh.
He's trying to get you to his job.
Essentially, yeah, that's essentially where I'm going with.
Maybe like what's the end goal here? Like why are you like what made you want to do this? Why do you want to do this? And the answer to that is, there's a method to my madness. Like I see it growing, and I believe that if I can come in and be one of the first few sets of girls that come in here and do well, that I could grow with it. But also like I'm doing it for like I'm doing it for the opportunities that are going to come with it, the exposure that's going to come with it. Obviously, there's money that's going to come with it. Who doesn't need money? Everybody needs money, but not everybody's willing to go in there and get slapped. Like, so it's a small percentage of people that are going to go out there and do it. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it. I think there's a lot of good that can come from this, honestly.
Absolutely. Corey, I don't want to steal your questions, so I'll pass it over to you.
Oh, good, Destiny. I mean, last time we talked about in Las Vegas, they're really building, a women's contingent of slap fighters in Vegas. I mean, you have yourself, Lauren Wise, you've got Michelle Brown. I know I'm forgetting some, PETA as well. There's probably one or two additional women. How has that helped you stay focused? And congrats on getting signed. And I'm sure you've got a fight coming up here real soon. But how has that helped you kind of stay focused and, go through the day-to-day grind with other people that are like-minded and trying to accomplish the same things as you?
I mean, it's been good. It's the only person that I really train with from time to time is Michelle Brown. She's super busy, so we don't always get to, do it, but she's really the only person that I've trained with. But it's been nice, like, having her support because, like I said, like, some people kind of take it, like, look at it as silly. And so it's not always easy to find somebody to do it with you or to help you. But yeah, so it's been nice to, like, have her there from time to time. And we have another girl here at Syndicate that should be doing it too, I believe, Taylor. So her and I have been working a bit together as well. So yeah, I mean, it's cool, but it is hard to find people like, that take it seriously.
Absolutely. How you feeling now? I mean, you're probably 4 weeks out from making your debut. What's kind of the emotions like right now?
I'm nervous. I'm scared, because anything can happen. I'm just hoping that I'm taking all of the correct steps to just not go get knocked out. Like, that's really my main thing. I'm really practicing, like, my technique and my power and doing everything in that aspect. So personally, I feel like my slap's going to be really nice. It's just taking the slap, so I'm nervous about that. And I'm also like hoping that I go and put on a good show because I know that's what they want. Like, I'm hoping that I perform well, not just in the competition, but leading up to it as well, like through the whole week, because I know that they're looking for certain types and certain personalities and obviously certain athletes. So I'm hoping that I, check all the boxes so that they bring me back.
Absolutely. Ding.
Oh, yeah, my last question is just around what's the focus here? Is it more offense? Is it more defense? Like, what do you think is most important for you to sort of hone in on here to have a successful debut?
Offense. I want to knock this girl out.
And by this girl, you don't know who that girl is yet. It's a black figure. It's just TBD. Like a silhouette.
TBD. I can't say yet.
Oh, so you do know? Okay, no, I'm not asking for anything. I'm just curious. It's easier for you mentally when you know who you have in front of you. You can kind of, do some study or homework.
I have a name for sure. Yeah, I have a name, but I'll let them announce it. I don't want to, like, whenever they're ready or whoever has to announce it, they can announce it. But yeah, I do have a name, and I mean, I'm doing everything on my end for my defense to be well, and I'm doing it. But, like, my main thing is, like, I want to knock her out. I want to hurt her. Like, I want to. If I don't knock her out in the first one, I want to hurt her in the first one. I want to throw her off her equilibrium. I want to hurt her. She's going to feel it. I'm coming for both of my purses on the 27th.
I love it. Well, I'll let you get back to training. Thank you so much for making this happen. I know that we interrupted, so I apologize for that. But it's a pleasure. Okay. Thank you so much for making your Smack Talk debut. And we'll definitely talk in the coming weeks as we get closer to fight week. And again, congratulations on getting signed to Power Slap.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. I really enjoyed the chat.
Thanks, Destiny. Take care.
Bye, guys. See you soon.
Right.
All right.
There we go, Ding.
Destiny Mccubbin, a Smack Talk debut. Really appreciate her taking some time away from training to chat with us knuckleheads here. But we'll continue moving. We're running a little bit behind, so I don't want to mince any words. Anything you want to say, Corey, before I move on to the next guest?
No, it'd be great. She's obviously has experience, on the interview side of things. She's got experience in the cage. We're going to see how that translates over here in a power slap. Someone's going to come in with a lot of familiarity, someone who's been around, the spotlight, for quite a while. And so excited to see what she's going to bring to the table.
Ditto, man, ditto. All right, let's move to the next guest. Season 3 road to the title contender, a lightweight, a guy who had an incredible knockout his first time up. He is none other than Shockey, William Shockey. What's up, my man? Welcome.
How you doing, guys?
It's been a while.
How are you doing?
How are you?
Yeah.
How are you?
Been a little while.
It has been a little while, but we try not to burn you guys out on this program, because then people will kind of get tired of seeing you. So the more exclusive that you are when you come, the more it means to the people. Let's get into it, man. Your division's in a really unusual predicament in that there's been some activity up at the top, not really a whole lot of activity outside of that. You've kind of fall into that second half of the division that hasn't really been talked about. Nobody really knows what's going on, what the plan is. So from your perspective, as you sit kind of on the sidelines and wait for some sort of word, some sort of direction, what do you want to do next in this sport?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, there's a lot of misdirection right now. We don't really know. I mean, especially, that long little stint we had waiting for the title fight. But right now, on the outside looking in, I'm that type of person too. I'll take anybody. You know what I mean? I don't care. It's not a numbers game to me. It just, it's a lot of guys are like, oh, I want, number 2, number 1. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you take me, I don't give a shit. If he can have no number beside his name, and I'll go out there anytime. But, taking the long time off, it's a little rough, but it gives you time to train. The only problem is it's kind of tough to keep your mind sharp when there's no clear goal. I'm the type of guy that's like, I'm always in search of the next target, next goal. And when I don't have that, I get antsy as shit. So I'm a dysfunctional motherfucker. I've got to have the next person that I in line, you know what I mean, and ready and training for. So hoping that comes up soon.
Yeah, I mean, what did you think about, obviously I'm sure you watched McGregor, Trujillo. What did you think about kind of how that went? Is there anything that you learned about either guy that night?
Nothing that I didn't already know. I knew that McGregor had a chin. I'd even talked to my boys before the match. I was like, yo, he's going to go out there watching. McGregor's going to take all these slaps. And he did, too. He took every one of them. Took it like a champ, too. I mean, he really impressed me with his chin. And Trujillo, I mean, his power, I mean, it was on display, as it usually is. But, that just speaks volumes to McGregor's chin as well, that he was able to take all those shots. And, I mean, he recovered the one time really good, too. The one time that he went down, it's not like he went down really hard and, had to really take his time. He, took that knee and got right back up. I think they should just run that shit back. Just run it back again. McGregor Trujillo, too.
Interesting. Interesting.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Do you think the same outcome would happen again?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say because I feel like then McGregor would make adjustments. But then at the same time, Trujillo being the professional he is, he would make adjustments as well. So that's a really tough, that's a toss up, but I'm a styles fight. I'm all about styles. Like, I remember when you guys had the matchmaker cards for the division, I made some crazy matchups on there, like numbers wise, it just didn't make fucking sense. But overall, they were like stylistically, I thought that they would be the most entertaining fights, the ones that I matched up. Yeah.
Awesome. How do you think a guy like Riley Montoya would match up stylistically with Dakota and/or Robert Trujillo?
Ooh, Riley is so tough. I spent a good bit of time with Riley in the house, and just knowing him and his determination, I think that's a really good matchup. He's also coming off that really big knockout anyway. So you got to put him in the talks there with number 1 contender spot at least. So maybe one more matchup for him. If he gets another win like that, I'd say he's ready for a title shot himself.
Gotcha. Stylistically, if you had to take one of those 3 cats that you'd like to go toe to toe with, what do you think what would make a good fight for the fans? Now, not that it makes sense. What makes a good fight for the fans?
Good fight for the fans. I'd have to say from me and Riley, probably, just because I feel like me and him both bring some energy. Like, I mean, I know you guys got a little taste of that on season 3 where, you know, anytime that I'm on the stage, like even if it's just weigh-ins, I'm bringing the fucking energy every single time. So I think that's something that me and him both do. Especially he showed it out there. He showed it out there at on the last event. I seen him out there. He was doing real good. But there's a couple of guys, the new guys. They got new guys for 155. 2 new guys. I'd really like to see them throw those guys in the matchup too. You know what I mean? Let's see what they got. And then if they prove themselves, maybe I take on one of them.
Who are we talking about?
Oh, guys that went to the training camp.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I just want you to say who you're talking about.
Yeah. There's I seen a couple guys. I'm not gonna say any names. I seen a couple guys there. Was like, okay, you know, maybe even the welterweights. There was a few guys I thought maybe could have jumped down the lightweight. A few of them look kind of smaller. So, it's a toss up. I've gained a good bit of weight too. I'm like I want to say I'm like 168 right now, 169. So I got up to like 180 after the show, just lifting weights, doing nothing, you know, just lifting, powerlifting. So if they needed me for a fill-in for 170, give me a call. You already know.
Yeah, I'm not going to let you get it on this one. Who are you saying looking small at 170? I need some names.
Oh man. So I can't say any names or anything because I don't want to get anything out too much because I don't know if those guys have even gotten like signed yet, to be honest with you. But
they talk about current guys in 170.
Oh, current guys in 170. Oh shit!
Come on.
You got Vince. Vince could cut down. He's a really trim guy. He's a 170 he's very cut. I think that he could make it to 155 easy and still perform really well. Then you got I think even guys like Radalavi could cut down. He could cut down the lightweight 100%. I mean, shit. You got. I mean, really, even there's a couple of people too. Like, I think even Tyler Gross can make lightweight. To be honest with you, he's kind of a taller guy.
Yeah.
I think he could. I really think he could. He's got weight there to lose for sure. You know, not saying you out of shape, Tyler. I'm just saying, I think you're one of those guys that could definitely make the cut.
Yeah.
Not many guys can. But you
just called him fat, bro. No, you just called him fat, bro.
I like Tyler. He's actually one of the people that lives the closest to me out of all the power stoppers. So I think he's like maybe an hour from me. I think, you know what I mean? He's like the closest one.
Nice.
I mean, I think if he shaved the beard, he'd probably be like 2 pounds lighter.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I was thinking Austin Dunning and Tyler Gross at 155.
155? Yeah. I mean, you got I think Waylon Frost can make 155 as well. I mean, you got Waylon, you know, he's kind of like a trim guy too. I think he can make it.
Yeah, probably.
That's an OG call out, man. Yeah. That's wild.
I don't think he makes 155. I don't think
so. You don't think so?
Corey's seen Waylon in person, so he could probably tell you better than anybody.
No, I don't think so. Dude's bigger than I am, and I walk around 215, so no. No, I don't think so.
Nice. Yeah,
Jules,
I mean,
we know Jules Scott has made 155. He didn't look so hot, but he did make it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got some guys. I think they can make it. They would just drag themselves out too much. You know, but you got people like I said, like Rod. He could make it. You know, he wouldn't be drug out or anything.
Listen, I think Raiden could do it.
Raiden? Yeah.
He also apologized for calling. You can't see it, but we can. He said he's sorry for calling while you were on the show, I guess.
Oh damn, yeah. Yes, I got I got on even do not disturb. My bad. I didn't even notice. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to the next matchup. We need to get some action in lightweight. It's got to happen. I'm actually getting some things set up just in case. Like if all summer goes by and I don't get, you know, the call, I've got a few places I'm looking into some amateur kickboxing fights. Just a few things to keep me busy. Nothing crazy. But got to have something. You know, we got to keep some activity going, especially for us that, like I said, you know, you take that long of a time off. You get some guys that, you know, they kind of lose that drive after a little while when they don't have a clear goal. So. I mean, I've been staying consistent, disciplined, and been working and just training and waiting for Erica to call. And I got you on my favorites, girl. It's ready. You know what I mean? As soon as it calls, it's going to ring no matter what.
Oh, is that how it works? If you got it on Do Not Disturb?
Yeah, so I got her. Yeah, I got her on priority. That thing's it's gonna ring no matter what. Even if I'm on Do Not Disturb, it's gonna ring. Yeah.
So that's code word for you saying I'll even pick up if I'm taking a shit. That's very kind of you.
Yeah. Nah, so that was kind of crazy. I missed a call from her for the Abu Dhabi match, and they had called me right when Josh had pulled out for that match. She had called me. I missed the call. Called her like maybe it wasn't even 20 minutes later. Couldn't get a hold of her, and I sent her a message. I was like, "Hey, I'm ready anytime you need me." She liked the message. Haven't heard from her since, but that's not nothing out of the ordinary there. But I think that it was just too late to set anything up because McGregor. I mean, he had called me and he's like, "Dude," he's like, "Call her back right now." And I called her back, and he was like, "Yeah, they just told me not to get on the plane." I was like, "Oh shit!" So missed a golden opportunity there. Just trying to make sure that shit does not happen again. That's why I got her on priority now.
I like it. I like it.
I'm curious what well, you mentioned it like kind of in passing, but would you be able to do like a pro MMA fight with your pec and your arm? Like would you like that wouldn't stop you?
Nah, definitely not. So believe it or not, there was actually a guy in the UFC that had the same condition that I have. It was just a long time ago. He was like, I can't remember. I wish I could remember the guy's name right off the top of my head. But his was kind of more, the condition I have can come in severity. It's like, some people have it a little bit more severe than others. Mine is a little bit more, it's not too crazy. You can notice it if I have my shirt off, but my hands, you can't really notice. Some people, their hands are so bad that they don't even really have opposable thumb or anything that they can do. But I've seen, believe it or not, one of my coaches at Shark Pit, a brown belt, I'd known him for quite some time. He actually has the same fucking condition that I have. And I didn't know. We did, like, one day we just realized it. We looked at each other and we're like, wait a minute, the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck's wrong with you? And then we're like, oh man, we got the same shit going on. But he's high level competes, and his is a little bit more, I would say on the severe side than mine, and that dude kills it. So a pro MMA fight, I'm down for it. You know what I mean? I'm down for that.
Yeah, man. Listen, that's the epitome of not letting the cards you're dealt hold you down. I always thought it was it's always cool to see athletes just overcome some sort of things that barriers or things that will kind of step in your way. So it'd be cool. Like what's his name? Zion Williams, right? He doesn't have any legs, and he's like one of the best wrestlers on planet Earth.
So crazy. Yeah, it's
Corey, have you ever seen that guy? He's like massive. His upper body's huge.
He's just just built. I mean, his whole upper body is just
bro, he's like taking people down as no legs. Legit crazy. Like imagine like a half a body like straddling you while you're standing up. It's like climbing you like a fucking like Tarzan, bro. It's crazy watching it, man. I'd love to see that guy do like pro MMA.
That'd be so dope. That would be so cool. But yeah, I mean, like any type of situation like that where you got some sort of adversity you need to overcome, a lot of it is just, you can find ways to make things work for you. Kind of like with Power Side. This is something that a lot of people would look at it and be like, man, this is kind of like a disability this guy has. But really, a lot of times your disabilities can really kind of lean you into something if you just kind of, just ride with it. You just gotta find what you're good at and, just kind of really go with it. But your disabilities in life, you're always gonna have something trying to hold you back. But I always love those kind of stories too. You see people overcoming stuff. So I feel you on that thing. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I remember when I was in, and this is the last thing before I start getting long with it, but I remember I was in elementary school and I saw this artist that was really good at drawing, and they had nothing from the forearm down. Like it was just shoulder to forearm, and they were like incredible artists. And I was like you would think that would be like the last thing in the world you would do if you have no hands, but they were just really good at it. So it's just so crazy how, like I said, Zion Williams, the dude has no legs. Your base for wrestling is legs, and he's a fucking incredible wrestler. So it's just crazy, man. Honestly, like for you, even I know you probably don't look at it this way, but like one of your arms is significantly smaller than the other, and you slap people. Like you literally use your hand for like a career of some sort. So it's just it blows my mind, man. Like a lot of people really, really do take that stuff and make it fuel.
For sure. Yeah, it's motivation, bro. I mean, it's and that's what really kind of drove me in season 3 as well, is I'm just kind of out there to not trying to prove anything to anybody. You know what I mean? I don't have shit to prove to anybody. It's just, I wanted to go out and show that it's like, hey, I can do this, and I know that I can do this, no matter what other people think or other people's opinions. Because there was a lot of people that were like, "Oh man, you really shouldn't do that with your condition and stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, just fucking wait." You know what I mean? You're gonna see what's up. So, and thankfully, I didn't listen to anything, any kind of negative thoughts. That's the main thing too. Is just try not to listen to any type of negative talk. You know what I mean? There's always gonna be people too that be like, "Nah, you can't do that. Can't do that because you're conditioned." Fuck that.
Yeah, I definitely respect it. Well, great to talk to you, man. Glad to see you're in good spirits. Still waiting on that call. Hopefully you do not miss it the next time it comes through, brother. But thanks so much for joining, man. We really appreciate it. And obviously I see you out there in the background, always supporting what we do. So from Corey and I and the rest of our team in the kind of on the backside, thank you so much. We'll chat with you soon, my brother.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate it. And hope to be back again soon. Hopefully with good news on the matchup. You know what I mean?
Amen. We'll be looking for it. William Shockey, ladies and gentlemen.
Sir.
Cheers, brother. All right. We're moving. We're still late, but we're moving. All right, so let's move into our next guest. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. First guest, Destiny Mccubbin, making her debut at Power Slap 13. She was in the first training camp that happened back in, I believe it was April. Fast forward, I think probably a day later, we announced another person who was coming from the training camp. A little bit of a different situation, which we'll talk a little bit about once he's on screen, but hailing from Bosnia originally, Mr. Mirza Berhamovic. What's up, my man? How are you? Welcome to Smack Talk. There he is,
brother.
Yeah.
What's going on, Corey? Dang, how you guys feeling?
I got nothing. I don't got any of that stuff to show you, brother.
You look a little slimmer than last week, though. You look good, sharp.
I'm unprepared, brother. I appreciate it, but welcome.
Good,
this is your Smack. This is not your Slap News debut, but it's your Smack Talk debut.
That's true. How you guys doing?
We're fantastic. How are you? You look like you're doing very well. Did you just get out of the gym, or did you just pull those guns out just for us?
Just for you, fellas. Just for you, fellas.
There you go.
I went in the afternoon, 1-ish. So
I alluded to it before we brought you on, but you have a little bit of a different story than most of the people, maybe all of the people in the camp that you attended, in that you already had kind of a deal before the training camp. For Power Slap 12, is my understanding. You weren't needed at that time, so nothing took place, but you already had, pen to paper, so you kind of knew it was just, at this point, it was a matter of time. Now we find out that matter of time ends on June 27th. You'll make your Power Slap debut. What were your initial thoughts?
On the Power Slap 12 possibility, or
no, just once you realize, like, oh, okay, they're gonna put me on 13. This is fantastic.
Honestly, I was on an anorexic diet when I found out in February for Power Slap 12 because I was around 240, so I had to drop down. So I was kind of happy when I got the news that I would have made 205, but it would have been a bad 205. But overall, I feel when I got to the camp, when I got the Power Slap 13 news, I already had the contract signed in February, and Erica told me we'll get you on the next one. I performed at the camp. And I was just waiting for the call. I found out a couple weeks ago that I was going to be on the card. Just didn't say anything. Didn't get permission. Didn't really say don't say nothing. But I'm a man of code. So I was excited, brother. I've been training since the camp. I haven't had a cheat meal since early April. I haven't had a sip of alcohol since early April. I've been training 6 days a week, from the strength conditioning, slapping on the slap pad. I got the bob, slapping that. Got the what do you call the noodle. I had my girlfriend hit me with that. I'm preparing in every single way, and I haven't stopped. And someone's gonna have to pay come June 27th for all this, because I'm coming in ready. I feel like a veteran making his debut. That's how I feel. So,
wow, what a line! I love that. I love that line. I gotta ask you. We've seen a lot of athletes come in this sport from boxing, football, you name it, MMA. People who are undefeated, and this feels like something very different in sort of the aura, the hype behind you specifically. Why is that? What is that from? What have people seen from you that is just making them say, man, this guy's special. He's going to do something interesting come June 27th.
Well, first, like our last interview is the face. You got to look at the face. It's very pretty. So I feel that has something to do with it. But honestly, I was born in Bosnia, man. I was 1990, born there. And between 92 and 95, there was a war, and I feel I bring some kind of if an aura or whatever the word you Americans say for this. I don't know. But ultimately, I don't know. 6'3", a solid 6'3", not like a almost 6'3", a solid 6'3". The weight, I'm a big light heavyweight. I'm gonna have to cut down to 205. I don't know. I just I bring something to the table that they saw, they liked, and they liked my story. They liked my background. I've had some amateur bouts back in the day. I have a wrestling pedigree from middle school to high school. I come in there and I'm just myself. So a different higher level of myself when it comes to these things. But I couldn't quite tell you. It's just there. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you exude confidence. You're a guy to me that seems like you're very sure of yourself. You know, you're not necessarily questioning what's going to happen come here June 27th. I do have to say, though, you just said it, and I won't let you unduly promote my compadre here. He's not American. He's Canadian. I'm American, proudly.
My bad. Make
So
mistakes.
unfortunately, he won't be able to tell you anything about Aura or any of that stuff.
That's true. I knew that, though. I knew that. My bad, Corey. My bad. Canadian, American. I'm American
Well,
citizen, though, so just,
No, yeah. No, I think you're doing him a favor. You don't have to apologize. You just actually.
I like
But,
Canadians. I like them. So
No, we all do. I always give him shit because it's just funny to do. Like I said, kind of your confidence. What about this? Are you, if anything, are you sort of like, this is the one area that I can't control, or the one area that I'm not so sure of, whether that's, fouls, stage presence, defense, whatever. Is there any area of this that you're kind of like, I'm very confident in all these areas, but this one there's a lot of risk, so to speak.
Well, there's always risk in this game, right? There's this situation. You go out there, you stick your chin out, and you get hit, right? Can't control the defense on that. I mean, besides your stance and whatnot, but you're gonna get snapped unless you go first and knock out the opponent. I've been working fucking hard, brother. I've been working hard since February. I stepped up my game tremendously since after the camp. Like I said, I haven't had a sip of fucking alcohol. I haven't had a cheat meal, not sugar, not bread, not nothing since the beginning of April. And I've been training my ass off, technique-wise, stance-wise, power-wise. I guess I meant what I said when I said I feel like a veteran entering this game, entering this debut. I don't feel nervous. It's because of my preparation. I feel confident up there, but I'm not crazy. Well, I'm a little crazy, but I know when you're up there, there's gonna be the nerves. There's Dana, there's you guys, there's the fans out there, but and I have some people come from here to come watch. But anything I've ever done from competition level, I've always, when I'm around these situations, I become something else. It's like a switch, and I can't fake that. I can joke around like this, I'm all that bollocks, but I just feel like I'm preparing everything from any extra. I don't know. I just don't see me losing. Is it possible? We'll find out. But I'm preparing every fucking day. So when I prepare, I have a win every single day. So if I'm winning every single day by doing exactly what I'm doing right now, I feel I'll be victorious that night on June 27th. So I'm just prepared, and I'm preparing more and more come that date.
I love it, man. You last one for me. You seem to have the gift of gab, so I'll put you on the spot here for a second. If your fellow light heavyweights, the guys who are kind of already in the promotion, have had some bouts, if they're skeptical, saying, this is just another one of those guys who comes in here, says they're gonna run shit, they got big muscles, they got whatever, they talk and talk and talk, and then they get up there and they go to sleep. If they're saying that to themselves in the head, what would you say in response to those guys?
Fuck them. Find out June 27th.
Mirza, talk to me. The training camp that you attended, did it raise your confidence even more? Because you're full of confidence right now. You getting there around other people that presumably will also have matches. What did that do for you? Did that validate everything that you thought up until that point?
Yeah, the camp. I know that was, I believe, the first camp they've ever done, right? I felt training with the Wolverine, Blackburn, Rob. I just was so soaked in on everything. I was asking questions. I even got Wolverine to crack a couple smiles. And that's hard to do. So
it is hard.
I was just soaking in everything I could that week that we were there. And after that training camp, like I think I told you, Corey, the second day, I was okay. I'm not moving my feet as much as that, and then taking everything there, bringing it on over here, and ever since the camp, I have not missed a motherfucking day. So I'm not the same person as I was when we talked last about 2 months ago. I am completely different. Like I said, I'm the hard work I put in from that camp, which helped fucking tremendous. Like that changed the whole game for me. And I just utilized everything there, made it my own, and here I am. And like I said, I've transformed my body, my mind, my striking, my defense, and that just helps overall with the whole game. And the only way to truly find out is to get up there and do it, and that's what's going to happen. And I feel very confident, and we'll see how it goes.
For sure. I mean, you seem the guy that has, his own sense of personality. The only way that you can show your personality up there on stage is to differentiate yourself by your kicks. Have you thought about what you're going to wear on your feet?
I already know what I'm going to wear on my feet. Yeah, absolutely.
Let us know.
The Kobe 9s. I'm a huge Laker fan. Kobe Bryant was my favorite player. I moved to the U.S. in '97 when I was 7, and that's around the time Kobe was drafted and traded to the Lakers. And he was my hero. Him and Bill Goldberg were my first kind of heroes, distant heroes, if you will. And Kobe's been my favorite player. Lakers been my favorite team. And I like the 9s. They're what do you call it when it's higher above the ankle? High tops or whatever you call it. Yeah. So like I said, I'm not a big shoe guy. I don't collect them, but I specifically bought those just for this. And I feel just because Kobe, and I feel like it's a good shoe to have up there. So
nice. What's the colorway?
The original ones, the purple, a little bit red. So
nice.
I might get a pair for each event. Who knows?
Yeah. I can't quite put my finger on it. What kind of music are you gonna come out to? You a rock guy?
Bosnian. Come on now. I'm Bosnian, baby. Yeah, I'm sure you're not gonna know Bila Duke, man. But when you're here, you'll hear it. But I love Bosnian music, and like I said, that's home for me. I mean, I love the United States, best country in the world, but home is home, and this is my second home. But it'll be Bosnian, and if they allow it, I don't know if they'll, I don't know if it's, I don't know what the rules are, but that's my go-to. So
yeah, I mean, I think you should be able to. I mean, we've seen a wide spectrum of it. I mean, you're allowed to bring flags out to the ring as well, so I don't see why anybody would tell you otherwise. Yeah. Everything goes to plan the way that you want. June 27th, you get that celebration meal. What is it going to be?
It's like I said, I'm excited to have some sips with you. I mean, we'll take a couple shots, when I'm there on me. But bro, I'm more excited about the food because I really haven't had one. Like I said, not one motherfucking single cheat meal. So I was thinking anything that comes across my way, I'm eating it. So it's gonna be a hell of a weekend. It's gonna be right after my fight. I'm going to the food section, and I haven't really done anything and everything. That's what I'm looking at.
All right. Well, Vegas is a great place to do it. There's endless options. You'll probably leave there back up at 245, 260 the following if light goes after, but it's all good. 100%. Like I said, confidence going high. I mean, you've got the physical structure. Has your chin been truly tested in the past? Can you recall any opportunity that you're leaning on to say, like, I've got this?
Yeah. Well, anybody who's Bosnian has been raised by Bosnian parents. I've been getting slapped since I was 3 years of age by my father. So that didn't stop till high school probably. So, but like I said, I've had a couple amateur bouts long time ago. I've trained at SPG here in Boise, Combat Fitness from 2011, 2014, something like that. And a wee bit in 2018. I've had my spars there. I fought Bellator fighters. I fought, I was one of the main training partners for a light heavyweight then, again, years ago. But I've been cracked plenty of times in sparring. I've been cracked during those bouts. I've had a couple of street fights back in my bad boy days. And like I said, it's always held up. Like I said, I haven't been knocked down by a punch. I've been dazed a wee bit, but nothing that affected me. It's a little Tweety bird here, and I'm like, okay, I'm back. So I feel, and like I said, it's been tested. I feel good about it. But I'm also training. I have what do you call it? The Joe Rogan, the Iron Neck. I got one of those. Been doing that. I've been doing the shrugs. I mean, they just look at me. Look at these traps. Look at that. I mean, that's something different. You don't see those. I don't know who else has these.
Mirza, I do got to tell you, since you mentioned the traps, I wasn't gonna say it, but Blackbird wrote. And I'll put it here just so you know, and he did say it. One trap is bigger than the other.
Wait, is it? It has to do with what I'm. That's the
Awesome,
way
man.
I'm flexing. I've been working
Well,
out
there-
hard right now.
there
a little
goes
too much,
monetization.
man.
Dude, in one fell swoop, monetization you just slapped that thing out of there.
That's
Look
all
at that.
good.
Nah, Blackburn's the man.
Yeah.
He was very, very cool guy. Very good,
Yeah.
great coach too. Very good.
Yeah. Seemingly there's a lot of guys talking a lot of stuff on social. Is there anybody in Power Slap on social that's rubbed you the wrong way that you'd like to slap?
Nah, they're all little twerps who have, whoever said something. I don't give a bollocks about them. If you're making good noise, badness, at least you're making noise. That's if it's silent, then it's nothing. So nah, I don't take it personal. It's all good. Like I said, truly, honestly, some of the guys that had criticized me or whoever else, I mean, can you blame them? I haven't been up there yet, right? So, I will prove my case on June 27th, and after that, then we can talk. So that's when the talking will begin. This is nothing. So, once I get that W, I will talk to him. So, we'll see.
Awesome, man. Great to have you on the show. Looking forward to following your journey all the way there and meet you in person in Las Vegas. So take care, travel safe, train hard, and we'll see you up there real soon.
Appreciate it, fellas. Have a good one. Thank you very much.
All right, dang. There we
Busy
go.
show, man.
Yeah. Busy show. Some technical difficulties along the way. We pulled it off. We made it happen.
I'm gonna steal a Dana White. I want to steal a Dana White quote here. If this guy can just throw a slap, he's gonna be a big star, right? That's what he said about Conor McGregor. He said, if this guy can throw a punch, he'll be a big star.
Yeah.
I think Mirza's got everything else going on. So if he can sit up there and he can take it the way that he talks about taking it, I think light heavyweight's got a phenomenon on their hands.
Yeah, I mean it's a division of killers at the top, and we've talked about it, for a very long time. There's a lot of great guys in that light heavyweight division, so we're gonna see. I mean all the intangibles seem to be there on the outside. Guy that's been around this now for we talked better part of 5 months, knowing that he was going to have an opportunity come his way, and I mean he's saying all the right things right now. So I think from all regards, I think everything is looking bright for him. Just a matter of seeing what happens. And what's the other quote, the Mike Tyson one? You have a plan until you get hit in the face.
Yeah, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Exactly. So we will see. We'll see. But confidence definitely not something that he lacks. Destiny, great to have on the show as well. And it's kind of cool to talk about what's going on there in Vegas. Think about it, man. Like there's a lot of women in Vegas as part of Power Slap now. And, we've talked before about how hard it can be, to train for this sport. If there's nobody else in your gym, there's no classes, there's no teachers, you don't have people, assisting you. But if you can start building a community of like-minded athletes and people and, a community and a group and, really supporting each other. And even if meeting up once a week to train slap specific, I think it's going to help people move forward in the sport altogether. So.
Yeah, Robert Trujillo's pocket size, so you could potentially have a pocket size coach that gets passed around in Las Vegas. Just put him right here and just transfer him wherever you need him.
Exactly.
You guys are assholes in chat, man.
Wow, what's going on?
TJ earlier, I tried hard not to laugh while Shockey was talking, but when I was talking about Zion Williams having no legs, TJ was like, "How do you take him down then?" I mean, he has some form of leg identifiers.
Gotcha.
He has there was in his musculoskeletal has I don't mean this in any offense, but like nubs per se, so that you can see. So I mean, theoretically, you could, if you lay on top of him, I guess that'd be considered a takedown. And then Cole Smith, bro, you guys are so bad. Could you kick him in the head, or would he be a grounded opponent the whole fight?
I'm not sure, buddy.
I can't, man. You guys are fucking terrible. I thought what KO Chris wrote to that question was rough, dude. That's fucking. This is terrible.
I don't have KO Chris's question ready to go, unfortunately.
No, we don't want to put that up here, man. I'll get us in big trouble.
Unfortunately, but let's get to another fan question, Ding. All right, let's get into it.
Which one? There's two of them here.
I know. I put the second one. We already answered the first one.
Okay.
How did the real deal SFC look? Another guy from Washington State, Spokane. The real deal, Amir Nuruddin, for you folks that don't know who the real deal is. friend of our show, just recently competed in Slap Fight Championship. I believe it was called Last Man Standing. Was kind of a mystery tournament going into the weekend, about who was going to be part of it. And Ding, I know you were watching. Obviously, we were both watching it live. What did you think of Amir?
I thought Amir looked. I thought he looked similar to how he looked in Power Slap, in that, first of all, his face just does not take damage well. Like he just does not have the structure for it. I don't know what it is, but like he wears it really badly. I'm not sure. Obviously, that's not his fault. It just is what it is. We posted a photo on our story, I think yesterday, of what that looked like. I told him it looked like uncooked hamburger meat. He told me it looked like it was cooked hamburger meat. So whatever that means, whether that's In and Out or Five Guys. He spent, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was maybe 3 rounds. I think he got knocked down. I think so. In that sense, I think he got an opportunity to put his heart on display. But secondarily, I just think he looked off. Like, I don't think his shots usually look more effective than they do. And that might have been Akuma. That might have just been Akuma and a credit to his Akuma 915. That might have been a credit to his chin. But it just looked like no matter what Amir did, there was no way that he was going to get himself out of the hole that he was slowly burrowing into with the the knockdowns and the defensive sort of deficit that he was getting into. I didn't think his strikes were getting him out of that deficit. So, again, I think he was able to put his heart on display in a 5-round fight. That's important. That experience is important. But I think, one, he wears the damage really poorly. And, again, I don't know that there's anything he can do about that. So that's not a knock on him at all. But, 2, I thought his offense wasn't enough to sort of not negate, but minimize the impact of the defensive issues he had. I thought from a to a defensive posture standpoint, he looked as good as he's gonna look. But whatever Akuma had that night in him, both on the offense and defense, was just better. And so I think Emil will learn from this opportunity, and I look forward to seeing him back up there. Because I think these type of experiences, I talked about it last week at length. There's been some conversations behind the scenes we've had with some athletes who felt like that was good advice. I think the long road to the title is the better road. That's my personal opinion. That's not a knock on anybody who wants the title tomorrow. I just think it's important to get those stripes and those reps in. And I think Amir's doing it. So look forward to seeing him back up there. Kudos to him for getting up all those times. But again, I mean, I'm sure he doesn't want to spend all the time being on the losing end of anything.
Yeah. I mean, I think his heart was put on display. I think, Amir at certain times in the past, I don't think would have, continued on. We've seen Amir give up before, I think in a lot of ways. And I think he improved that. I think we've seen the heart, determination, the will, the want. We know he fights obviously for him and his family. And I think he was up there trying to do whatever he could. He ran into an absolute ox in Akuma 915 that on that day, as you said, just, was the better athlete. He's a big athlete for the division as well. Coming out victorious in that match, and a guy that could potentially have future aspirations possibly to join Power Slap. I think there's definitely some credence to make case that I think he come over and make some noise. So we will see.
Yeah, definitely got to keep your eye out for sure.
100%. All right, let's go. Next question. Do you guys personally gamble on Power Slap? Directed
take
by
take it off the screen. No. Why would I do that?
Spending all of this time talking about it, analyzing it. Why would you do something as silly as that? What I will say is it is silly, because I'll tell you, Power Slap betting isn't as easy as one would think.
Is that an anecdotal statement or what?
I can tell you from experience that it is not as easy as it looks. I will tell you that.
Hey, how do you feel about this fight? What are the odds of you winning? Yeah, not so good. Okay, cool. We're gonna bet on your opponent. Got it. Like, no shot. That's why you're asking those questions. Hey, keep that in mind next time you guys are doing a pre-fight interview with Corey. He's trying to figure out where to put his money. So answer your questions wisely.
No, but if you look at it, man, any strike from any athlete needs to be taken seriously. And a lot of times these matches are coin tosses. I mean, Vegas isn't true experts in this yet. And we see often the underdogs that Vegas, or quote unquote Vegas had as the underdog, win. And I mean, I don't have the stats up, but I bet you it's 50% or greater that the underdog is pulling out victories here in Power Slap. There's seemingly every single card. There's dogs, coming out. Actually, something good to look back. We should go back and look at the cards and compare them to the Vegas lines and see what that ratio is. For your future show, we'll talk about it. Power Slap is a very hard sport to bet on, and especially if you're trying to pick more, multiple fights in a parlay format or anything else. I think is incredibly difficult. So, yeah.
The only safe bet is no bet, bro.
Exactly. The next one along the line. What did the five fingers say to the face from one Mr. Alan Klingbeil?
Well, I think it depends on whose five fingers we're talking about. If it was Turpin's five fingers, then it was, why'd you just spit on me? That's what they said. If it was, Wolverine's five fingers, it was good night. And if it was, who's a good one? If it was Klingbeil's five fingers, it was good morning. What do you think? What do you think they said?
What type of good morning?
Well, I just hit you. Now it's time for you to wake up.
Gotcha. What did five fingers say to the face? I probably should have prepped an answer for this one, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Here, look, I'll give you a little pass. Someone bet their house on me for 12. DeFrank, is that real? And if it is, that's hopefully they still have a house.
Yeah. Ill-advised, I would say. Ill-advised.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't bet that much on anybody in Power Slap because everybody's got a button. It's just a matter of finding it.
100%. So,
excuse me, sir. I'm going to slap you if it was Alan.
Alan. Interesting cat, Alan. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, what is he, Mr. America? Something like that? I'm
not sure. Depends on what pageant he showed up at.
Oh, Lord.
Anyways, next one. Not a question, a statement. No lightweights are safe. I'm sure the people in the chat are going to have a heyday on this one. I wonder what one Mr. Will Shockey thinks of Fab.
I don't know why. It seems like a lot of people do not like Fabricio, and maybe one day we'll have him on to talk about it. But
you've publicly said that you're a fan of Fabricio. I believe this.
I don't know if I said I was a fan of him. I just said that I don't have a problem with him, I believe I was speaking for us both. Unless you got a problem with him, you want to divulge to us.
I don't have a problem.
You mad? He was getting more headrest gear than you. You mad about it? Talk about it. Come on, man. It's
not
fine.
At
it's
all,
cool.
Man.
It's just you and I. It's therapy.
Head rush is good stuff, man. I don't care. He plays blackjack. It's good in my books, man. Right. So yeah, we'll see. So, I'd like to see him get up there. Like to see him get up there and back up some of his social stuff that he said. That's all I'm going to say. He says a lot of stuff in social. So let's see him get up there and put his money where his mouth is.
All right.
So
Corey doesn't like Fabricio. Got it. Check.
I didn't say that. I just said I'd like to see him back it up. That's all. Give the guy an opportunity, and then we'll let it where it lies. How's that?
That's fair. Anthony DeFrank says, "Yeah, it was an influencer. Send us the video." If it was an influencer, then maybe they could afford that. But hopefully, they still got a house, man. That's rough. I will tell you. After the first strike, you looked really good. I will say that. So he was probably fucking like, yeah, ooh, this is good. Then they called the flinch, and that was where it all started to go downhill.
Mm-hmm. I agree. One last one.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
this is for you, Dig.
I'm not answering this question.
I
almost threw up putting the post up.
Who will be the first Canadian champ?
No. I almost got fucking multiple sclerosis putting that post up, dude. I'm not answering that question.
Ooh.
If I got something to say about it, none of you. I'm paying your opponents to fucking make sure that doesn't happen.
I am going to say at this particular moment, I am going to go to the 155 category.
Oh yeah, big favor you're doing there. Fucking 3 out of the 5 are 155. 4 if you count Vince.
And I am going to say, I actually think Joshua Bovaert. That is what I'm going to say.
I think that's probably the last on the list for everybody else because Joshua Bovaert is fucking Casper the Friendly Ghost right now. Nobody knows where he's at.
Which is fine. When he makes his appearance, I think he gets an instant shot at a title.
Interesting.
I think they hold him in high enough regard that they will give him that shot. Should he answer his phone and accept and make an appearance, I think Joshua Bovaert walks into a title shot. Does that mean he beats Robert Trujillo is another story, but I think he would be next in line of these athletes to be able to do so. I just think he has the easiest path to a potential shot at a title. Otherwise, what do you want me to say? Fucking none of them? Is that what you want me to say, Ding? When that make you feel nice and cozy sitting there in New York in your fucking penthouse?
No, I want you to read that comment is what I want you to do.
Josh is chilling with Fabricio. Who's that? Josh who?
Josh Bovaert.
Okay. Well, I don't know about that. At least Fabricio's on Twitter. So
Vince says Vince is embarking on some Canadian crime here, and he says no shot. He'd fight him first.
He'd fight him first?
Yep. They've got real heat. Did you know this?
Really? Bovaert and Vince?
They got real heat. Yeah.
Really?
They got real heat. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. I don't remember who started it, but I think Bovaert posted some shit about people being like punks, and Vince was like, "Yep, no, I'm done with this fucking guy," and he just went off, bro. Put a clown emoji on his face and shit. Like Vince got mad. Vince, if you still have that stuff, can you send it to us so Corey can see it?
Come on, Vince Tracy doesn't have a mad bone in his body. So
no, he was mad.
There.
No, I'm telling you.
Come on, man.
Bro, Vince, come on. Vince's
nickname should be the fucking ladybug because this guy does not show any emotion. Period.
Vince, this guy's sleeping on you, bro. Don't let him talk to you like that.
No, come on, dude. Come on. There's no way.
Vince, check your DMs, bro. Check your
There's
DMs.
No way. There is no way. Vince Ladybug Tracy. I just coined you a new nickname.
Nah. Yeah. Vince, you gotta join. Vince, get in your DMs, bro.
There's no way.
You cannot let this fucking. You can't let this underwear model talk to you like that, bro. You can't do it.
Yeah. What do you think I am?
Vince, check your DMs on IG right now, bro. And you're coming.
Am I Alan Klingbeil or what, Dave?
No,
what do you think?
No, bro. No. You're not gonna do this to my man Vince Tracy. He might be short, but he's tall up here, all right?
Tall where on the forehead? You guys got matching hairlines? Is that what you're getting right now?
Oh, that's crazy. You're just telling that. Dude, you got 5 Canadians and you just fucking white one of them off the board. That's sick, dude. You guys see, Americans would never do that to each other. You guys are just
really?
You guys are ridiculous.
Interesting.
Hey, but we got other stuff to talk about while we wait for Vince to come on here and light your ass on fire. Come on, we got more stuff to talk about. We got fantasy matchups to talk about.
Fantasy matchups.
We talked about 4 prelim fights that we don't know what the prelims are right now. So what would be some good fights? Come on, we got to talk about that.
I'm going to talk about it. All right.
I almost ripped off F3's head to get this shit done. Come on.
Like now, we don't need it. Sorry, bud. We're good. All right. I'll start it off. Let's get into it. Yeah, I think Mr. Aaron Turner versus Nate Bernard. So just so everybody knows, these are fantasy matchups that we would like to see as part of Power Slap 13. So don't rat us out to the brass or the office of Power Slap and say that this is fact, because it's not.
It says fantasy matchup.
We're doing fantasy. I think Aaron Turner versus Nate Bernard. Guess who we had on our show last week? Let's get Nate off the couch. Let's get him away from the dispensary, and let's get him up there at the table and try to resurrect his career against Aaron Turner, who has, recently, had a setback, and we want to see him get back on the right path in his career. 2 big guys, 2 security guys, I think would be a great match. 2 ex-football players and guys that could bring on the show. I think this one would be very exciting for that heavyweight division, and I think it would give somebody another run up the ranks with some of the other guys in the top 5.
Yeah, it's a good matchup. Honestly, I think, like you said, both guys are They need something special to happen. They both need a win. Somebody's gonna get a win in that match. I think that'd be a great fight, actually.
100%.
Don't agree with you often, but I do. But let's take a pause from the fantasy matchups. You got to fucking pay the piper, you motherfucker. Here we go.
Let's go, Vince. What's going on?
This guy was calling you a bitch.
There was a lot of shit talking there.
Yeah, what's up with that? The Americans sticking up for you, bro. What's going on here?
Well, what's this Corey business picking Josh Bachver? Like, come on.
Sorry, buddy.
There's
Sorry.
no shot.
I need a second, buddy. Sorry.
Hey, if you want, I could talk to Erica and we could set it up.
Let's go, buddy.
What are you weighing right now? I mean, I might have to put on a few pounds, but I mean, I'm sure we can figure something out. A little catch weight.
215, buddy.
Oh, 215. Well, whatever. Catch weight.
You have to put Robert Trujillo on your shoulders and weigh in, bro. That's the only way.
Probably shit. Well, yeah, right. But yeah, no, the whole thing with Josh, it was, he was calling people out, but then he wasn't taking opportunities. And that drove me up the wall. And then, yeah, it's like you said, that then he was calling a bunch of people a chicken or something like that. And I just kind of, that was it for me. It's like you said, Ding, I completely snapped. I think I still have the story. I'll definitely send it to you because it was pretty good, Corey. I'm not gonna lie, it was some of my best work.
Don't be nice. He called you a ladybug, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. What was all this shit talking?
Come on,
I'm too nice. Hey, you know what? Just wait till you see me on a fight week, okay? You may have a different opinion when I'm in my mode. You know, the mercenary comes out of the cage a little bit more. You know, when it's vacation and party time, it's a little different. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we'll see. I mean, your all smiles, your laughter, buddy. Every time you've been super friendly. I don't know. I'm not sure you got it, buddy.
I don't take much to heart.
I'm not sure.
Well, you'll have to see me on stage next time too, and when I really let the mercenary out.
Americans wouldn't do this to each other, bro. I'm sorry, Vince. I apologize on his behalf.
You're right.
There's a lot of Canadian crime right now on the show on this episode, so I think we're all right. We'll just chalk this one up as a loss and move on for next week.
You and Joshua, you guys see each other in the street. Is it that deep?
I mean, I would throw down if he came up to me and was aggressive in any sort of way. I would literally, we would go down. Like I wouldn't hesitate whatsoever. It is what.
Let's do a little what do we call it? Not role play. A little fantasy matchmaking. We'll call it. You guys are both at the tailgate party, right?
Okay.
The incredible tailgate parties that Slap News does and nobody else does. It's the greatest thing you ever attend. And
they are bangers.
I appreciate that. He's there, you're there. Somehow, somebody, excuse me, they're cutting through, whatever, and then boom, you guys are face to face. What's the move?
I would just probably call him a bitch. I would probably tell him to get out of my way, or something along those lines. It depends on what his attitude was too. I mean, but again, like at an event like that, I'd probably try to keep it professional too. Because it is an event and it is, you know what I mean? There is that. But I mean, it's like I said, if he came up and was aggressive with me or put his hands on me in any kind of way, sorry, it is what it is. I'm defending myself. That's I mean, that's like anybody on the street. That's anywhere, you know what I mean? If I'm with my family, like, you know what I mean? That there's a line and you cross it. Well, you find out. Fuck around and find out.
You guys could jump in the pool and figure it out in there.
Yeah, exactly. Have a little slap competition. Work on our slap together. It'll be maybe a bonding moment. Who knows?
That's what we do at the next event, Corey. We have a slap match in the pool.
There you go.
So who can have the best slap of velocity or whatever
with your noodles.
There's no stepping in the pool.
Yeah, you can't
because your feet ain't touching.
Hey, well, those ones were 4.5 feet. I'm not that short now. Come on. I'm gonna tag Robert Trujillo and all the little pocket jokes and stuff like that too. I'm gonna tag him in that one because he's gonna love that.
I will say we tell Robert Trujillo this shit to his face. Corey's told him I know. Corey tells him he's got to get let out of the daycare, get signed out of the daycare to come fight.
Multiple times.
I don't know what you guys watch us for. We're freaking assholes, man. We're not nice at all.
Robert Trujillo wouldn't be a champion in pool slapping because he'd be drowned. He'd be forget out of the first round. Like
Yeah, you have to be hovering.
Yeah, he'd have to have a bubble, and the commission wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Water
Well, I'm
wings.
glad that you're able to clear up that you do get angry in some cases.
We haven't seen him get angry. Come on, the guy's had a smile on his face the entire
Bro,
time.
no, but he literally
I was
about to fuck
pissed.
you up.
I was
He was about to Freddy
pissed.
Krueger through the screen and fuck you up a minute ago. That was the first point. And the second, he just fucked you to a fight, bro. And the second point was that I watched him go at Josh Bovair, bro. I saw it.
Oh, and I was serious. I meant every word of it. Yeah, I was dead ass.
I can't take you serious, Vince. I can't. There's no way.
God.
Grab your dog and punch him in the face just to prove that you got the killer.
You know, I'm gonna have to start something with someone on one of these slap news parties just to bring it out a little bit. God damn, what do I gotta do for respect around here? Fuck the professionalism. I'm just going straight for it.
Listen, an easy target is to always be KO Chris, bro. So if you see KO Chris, you hit him.
Oh, yeah. I could blow on him the wrong way, or breathe on him the wrong way, and he'd fucking lose his shit probably.
He's gonna go crazy, bro.
Oh, funny story. So all the guys at the last event were going in into the room or whatever like that, and KO Chris was there. And I was like, I was dabbing everybody up, I was saying, wishing everybody good luck for the match, whatever. And I get to KO Chris. I'm like, hey, it's nice to meet you, and me and him had a little bit of shit online and stuff like that. He's like, oh, I know who you are. And me and him almost got a little bit into it right then and there. And I'm like, yeah, you worry about fucking getting through Debo before you even talk shit about me, blah, blah. And I ended up walking out. But yeah, I mean, me and Chris, if that ever happens, I would love that fight. I think you guys would really get to see that other kind of more of the nastier side of me, I guess you could say. But yeah, he's someone I can definitely bring that out on me.
You got through Devo, so now it looks like.
Well, now I got to climb, yeah. So now I got to catch up.
Vince Tracy over here, 1-800 Vince Tracy, right there.
Slap naps. Come get them.
What's like your generic we have 1-800. It's like
yeah,
everything's 1-800 fucking whatever. Is that
what do you think we are in Africa? Like +7?
Bro, no.
Yeah, it's still the same.
Hey, what's your postal code? Give me a postal code. Give me an example of a postal code. Now prove.
I don't know. It's usually like N34 T20 or something like that.
All fucking 5 numbers of a postal code are all numbers. There's no.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
You guys live in a fucking weird place, and also you have like double cities. Like, who's the guy? Coburg. One of the people we were talking to. He lives in Coburg, Ontario, Canada. That's that's 3 different places.
What do you mean?
Don't you have like
city,
Rochester, New York, America?
Yeah, same thing.
You don't say it like that. It's not Rochester, New York, America. It's just Rochester, New York.
Well, you can say you're from the GTA, which is the Greater Toronto area, which Coburg's well, it's actually kind of outside of that. But some people just say that, I'm from the GTA.
It's no shot. It's the same, bro. You're trying to make me seem like I'm wrong right now. It's just not. It's just
to me it is.
Bro, Coburg, Ontario, Canada. There's no. It's too much. And then
Coburg's the city, the province is Ontario, and then Canada is the country. It's like you said with Rochester, New York, and then
nobody says United States of America. You don't put that after it ever, unless you're shipping something.
That's because you're in America, you dummy. You're talking about international.
Yeah, but if you told me I'm from Coburg, Ontario, I'd know you meant Coburg, Ontario, Canada.
Would you really?
But what about Ontario, California?
Fuck Ontario, California.
That's what everyone said.
It wouldn't be Coburg, Ontario.
You know how many people think that, like, when I say I'm from Ontario, they think I'm Californian, and I'm like, I've never even been to California.
No. I did because they put it as Ontario, CA. So I was like, oh, California.
There you go.
Canada.
Yeah, exactly. So you're like, which one is it? But I'm just saying, if you put Coburg, Ontario, Canada, I'm like, all right, that's fucking weird. Or like Prince Edward Island, whatever, Canada, it's weird. You guys are just weird. Like, accept it. There's nothing wrong with it. You eat butter tarts, chips.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's any argument that's gonna win this. So
no, it's not. You're not American. It's just wrong from the start.
Wrong at birth. According to Ding.
You guys eat ketchup chips or some shit, right?
Exactly. All dressed as well.
All dressed.
Yeah, that's cultural bro. See, I don't even know what that is. I don't eat chips and I don't eat Lay's and ketchup. That's crazy.
If you ate that, I'm gonna bring you a bag, just a little bag of all dressed. You're gonna go nuts.
Would you believe this is my fucking other half, and this guy's never brought me any of that shit? Nothing, not a single one. Hasn't been like, hey, Ding, you ever taste? Never, nothing.
Well, you talk so much shit about Canada. Why would you bring you anything Canadian?
He'd be doing himself a favor.
Well, you just want to show you the awesomeness that we are and convert you.
I'd rather receive it from you, though. Can you provide me with these things, whatever you're?
I will bring you a little bag of all dressed chips the next time I see you, or the next time I'm coming out, or whatever. I will definitely hook you up with that, and I bet you will go nuts for them.
What does that mean, though? What's all dressed? What does that mean?
It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like what all the different like a mixture of like all the flavors or seasonings on one chip, basically. Mm-hmm. But it's the best. Like, I mean, especially with me in a cut right now, like that sounds amazing. All dressed chips would be banging.
Why are you in a cut?
Well, I'm staying ready just in case. I haven't gotten a call yet or nothing. Like everybody's been asking. It's been driving me crazy. You know how bad I want this call?
It's so hard to get in touch with you guys because you're Canadian. That's why they're not calling.
Hey, no. Trust me, my phone's on like the highest volume, max, like everything.
Erica's got her own ringtone. What is it? If Erica had her own ringtone for you, what would it be?
For me? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, no. Like if you had a ringtone for her on your phone.
Oh, for her.
Oh, I don't know. Just for her. Like, I'm a Barbie girl.
No, it'd probably be what's that one song that Justin Poirier always comes out to? Boss? By Johnston. Yeah.
Yeah. What's it cost to be a boss? I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
Yeah. But you know the song I'm talking about.
So maybe you should get a ringtone for her. That way you know when she's calling.
Well, I mean, I just have the generic one. Trust me, I'd be it won't even ring once. I'd already answer if it was coming in. Who knows, though? Like,
La Cuca said his is a Minions Fire Department.
I don't even know what that is.
Neither do I. And I have kids. I'm not sure.
I was gonna say I have two boys. They watch the Minions, but like I don't.
You have sons?
Know. What's that?
You've reproduced?
Yeah, twice. I know.
That's
someone saw something in me.
I did not know that. Corey, did you know you had kids?
100% I did. Come on.
Oh, shit.
Well, you got to start watching I see you watching my story. Wait, are you not looking at it? You're just scrolling through them, huh?
Well, to be fair, a Slap News, the Instagram page is kind of like a prostitute. There's quite a few people on it.
Yeah, but you're supposed to stop for the good ones.
Yeah, but
and actually check it out.
If Corey sees your story, I never see it because he saw it. You understand?
Oh, so he's not. Yeah,
that's why he didn't see your love for Bovair because I saw it.
See, the truth comes out. I'm a bigger Vince Tracy fan than Ding. See, it's coming out now.
Well, bro, I get an alert on my phone anytime I try to do anything Canadian, Amazon, anything. It's always like, whoa, bro, red alert! You're crossing. It's like a Monsters Inc. when you fucking touch the little kids. Like, no.
Interesting.
Well, thanks for jumping on to prove my point here. You sided with the American today. Let this be a moment in history.
Yeah, mark it, lock it in.
Pick the winning team
for the archive.
Let us get back to our fantasy matchmaking because I mentioned I do have kids and they're fucking harassing me, ready for me to get off here. So thanks, Vince. You're the man, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Cheers, guys. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, Ding. Like you said, we're going long in the tooth now. Let's keep going. Fantasy match number 2.
Oh, yes. Vern Cathy versus Luke Simons. I think this one is just kind of like, it makes sense, right? With Turpin kind of being out of the picture, nobody really knows what his next move is. Is he going to come back? What's he going to come back at? That kind of thing. Vern obviously coming off of a loss. Luke on the climb. I think it just makes sense to give that division clarity post Wolverine Russell. Obviously, we don't know what the outcome of that match is going to be, but we do know there'll be a winner and there will be a loser, more than likely. And I think this is a good matchup to sort of iron out what's next once that takes place. A big difference in styles and a big difference in experience. So I think it would make for very interesting television.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I think Luke Simon is a guy, it's a star on the rise. And we've always talked about, kind of being the big dogs at the top, your Austin Turpin, Vern Cathy, Wolverine, Russell Rivera. I think Luke is ready for one of those 4. I think Vern Cathy, who we haven't seen, since the first card of the year over in Riyadh, can come back for a bounce back here. And I think Luke and him colliding would make a lot of sense. So I agree with you. I think this would be a great matchup. Could be one of those matches to start the night. I think, the first fight of the night to really set the tone for the entire event. Be a hard pill to swallow from Vern Cathy going from the headliner to the first, fight.
I was just thinking that. Yeah, that'd be tough.
But a fight's a fight, a paycheck's a paycheck. So I think.
All right, what do we got next? Let's see.
What do we got next? Mr. 1, Wes Minna versus James Siekman, number 2. I think these athletes.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I think both these athletes, are continuing to win and move up through the ranks. Obviously, the James Siekman one was by disqualification, so I think that's kind of the only blemish on. I don't want to say blemish, but the only question mark really around Wes Minna up until this particular point. Would be nice to get a definitive answer there, and kind of echoing. And I'm going to steal a little bit of your thunder, but not rushing either one of these guys to a title shot, could bode well. A little bit more experience, kind of get a true definitive answer here, and be able to add to their resume. A guy like Wes Minna could be 5-0 if he was able to take care of James Siekman, in a particular matchup, which would then set him up quite well for Damien DeBell. But James Siekman is a guy that goes up there and is a true tactician as well, and a guy that isn't going to be an easy out for Wes either. So the only loss, like I said, to Wes by disqualification, and we've got James there with wins over Pono Paul and Nate Bernard. So seemingly another fight could do him well as also, kind of on the ascension in.
Yeah, I've been sitting here thinking for the last, however long you've been talking, whether or not I want to be that guy. And I think I've decided that I do want to be that guy. So I will say, James Siekman did. It's always funny watching your face when I say that, because you're like, fuck, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? James Siekman did say on Facebook he's competing on 13 today. I don't know if that's true. Maybe he's messing around, but I'd be interested to see who it would be up against. But if it is Wes, I think that you're absolutely right. The story's there. Wes, winning that fight, but not really. James on his side also has a lot to sort of get there, because it's like, I did do it, but I didn't get the gratification of doing it. I didn't get the winning mark. He lost half of his check, not getting that win bonus. So I think, and then also, as you've seen Wes's ascension, him kind of get opportunity after opportunity. He's fought 3 times since October, right? He fought in October, he fought in January, he fought in March. James has only fought once. He was scheduled to fight a second time, but unfortunately fell out, and Wes was the beneficiary of that fallout. So I think that there's a lot of sort of answers that both guys want. Wes wants to prove, that was not the me of today. That was me on the show. It was my first experience with this stuff. I've made my adjustments and I can beat this guy, truly. And then on the flip side, I think James wants to say the same thing similarly. Like, I've already beat this guy in my head. I just have to go out there and do it the right way within the rule set that I'm prescribed, and be able to really get that win under his belt. And again, heavyweight is just so different than it was today, 6 months ago. Like, there's so many guys in there that we really have to see some movement to sort of know who's next. Right now, you could put anyone from numbers 1 to 5 up against the champ, and everybody would kind of be like, all right, yeah, I could see that. That makes sense. So I think they need to fight a little bit out to sort of iron that out a little bit further. But James Siekman, Wes Minna for the second time off the show, all the experience that they've both been able to get. I'm sign me up.
Yeah, I like it. Last but not least, Chelsea Dodson.
That's a name that we haven't seen live in quite a while. Chelsea Dodson and then Ty Emery. Is there a reason that it's
I'm
Chelsea
not sure.
Dodson versus Emery Ty?
I'm not sure. You got to hit up one Mr. F3.
Yeah, that's an F3. That's an F3 problem. I'm gonna get F3 for that one.
Yeah.
Because it threw me off. But Ty has been vocal about wanting to go down to 25. I think Chelsea's home is at 25 now. I think against Nicole DeSigny, there's a lot of people thought she won that fight. Sitting there watching it live, I thought it was very competitive. Ty, I haven't seen. I don't know if you've seen her either. She was on the pre-recordings. No. I don't think in Abu Dhabi you were there, but in the pre-recordings. But her and Nicole Schaefer also went at it. And, she's got the BKFC background, so we know she can take some punishment. But Chelsea Dodson went out there and fought to a draw against Paige Van Zandt, who at the time was having her second slap fight. again, people think she won against Nicole DeSigny. I won't impart because I'm not a judge, so it doesn't matter what I think. But I think that there's a lot to desire between the two of them, especially on the sort of strike absorption side. I think that both of them can take a lot of punishment, and I think they both kind of want that. So I definitely believe that would be a banger matchup. What a
for sure.
What a one to pull out of a bag.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if Ty's ready to fight or not. Obviously, her last match in BKFC, she took a lot of damage in that particular matchup. And Nicole Schaefer honestly, I think she's got a great opportunity. If she gets another chance in Power Slap here, I think she's really going to turn some heads as well. But as you said, Chelsea Dodson going against Paige Van Zandt, first ever time. The moment wasn't too big for her. She went up there to a draw in that decision, but and she didn't look out of place whatsoever. To someone who had the combat experience, and kind of going into it, we kind of said that for Chelsea Dodson, like, she was always the person watching her husband John Dodson. She was always, she was 5 feet from the spotlight. How could she fit in and be that person and rise up? And she did so incredibly well. And I think both these athletes obviously have a bright future. We'd love to see them both back in the sport, and I think getting another women's fight on the undercard here would be good for the women's division, and kind of give more clarity to the depth. I mean, we're getting a belt, but I think right now we don't have a full definitive answer of even what a top 5 ranking looks like, or let alone a top 10 per se. And so I think kind of getting some other challengers and number 1 contenders and stuff in line would be certainly great at the 125 division.
Amen, man. I think those are great matches altogether. And if that was the undercard, incredible.
100% would be legendary. But
I would say I would go watch it, but I am already gonna go watch it, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. All right, man. Until next week, same time, same place. Take care.